This is how me and my cousin was racially profiled in IKEA after being followed through the whole store St. Louis.
So I just want to know, why did you pull up our receipt, Jessica?
Oh, because we just want to make sure you guys are all good.
All good for what, though? You literally stood right there. You, Alicia, and her stood right there, and she sat right there. So you mean to tell me nobody see her ring that up? So you had to go pull up a whole receipt?
Yes, ma'am.
So, well, what if she didn't ring it up and you pulled up the receipt and she's already going out the door? What would you have done about that?
I would not do anything about it.
Okay, so I definitely will be calling corporate tomorrow. And what's your name?
I have nothing.
No, you didn't, but you sitting right here as a witness. So what is your name?
Gabby.
Gabby, Alicia, and Jessica.
Ma'am, this is a voided receipt for those 2 items.
No, that's a voided receipt for those items because she took me on her register. I had cash. I never been in this store, so I didn't know. She took me on her register.
I don't know, I didn't see that.
Right, my point exactly, but you're not supposed to be watching me like a hawk. I mean, I'm a paying customer. All you had to do was ask this young lady right here. She took me in her register because I had cash, but I didn't know that you had to watch me make a purchase. It was voided because it's a credit card machine, right? A debit machine. I had cash.
Okay.
For these 2 items. That young lady rung me up right there. This is all I be trying to tell y'all. Y'all see how they just racially profiled us? Because we're black? But if you realize Jessica was in every department we was in upstairs. Every department.
You ladies have all your items?
What is your name?
My name's Dan.
And Dan, what is your position?
I work for IKEA.
What do you do?
I just asked if you had all your stuff.
Yeah, we do, but what do you do here?
I work here.
I'm saying, what is your position? Because I'm calling tomorrow. I'm calling corporate.
Okay, well, you can be quiet. You can stop talking to us.
I
Come
just want to
on.
make sure you got all your stuff.
Yeah, we did. The stuff that we paid for, that they checked to see that we paid for it or not. But like I said, we both own business, multiple businesses. I own 2 cleaning services. She on the home health care service. If you wanted a job, we make more than all y'all. Terrible, like, can't come shop.
There's only 2 people working here now.
Okay, are you an employee?
Yes.
What is your phone number you're calling from?
My phone, 848-231-9474.
What is the female wearing in case you take off?
Got a black sweatshirt on, like sweatsuit.
Okay, you with anyone else? Or are you by yourself?
Oh, I think she's with another woman.
That's
Maybe
a child.
another woman.
That's a child.
Oh, it's a child. Okay, I can't tell.
That's a child. Exactly, because she's black. That's a child.
You know what?
That's
I'm
a child.
gonna prove
No, don't
something.
you walk
What?
too free because you're gonna
What?
get in trouble. She's a
No, I'm
child.
not getting in trouble. You don't do that. Maybe you do it over there in Zaire, but you don't do it here.
Oh, there it is. There it
She's a
is.
black woman. You do it in Diane.
Well, you're
Wow.
You're black. You're black.
Wow.
I'm white, and you still won't
And you're a
come
fool.
and throw glasses on the
When
ground.
did that happen?
Deliberately. What?
I deliberately put the glasses on the ground.
They what, fell off the
They
counter?
fell. No, they fell. They were in the box and they fell off out of the box.
Yeah.
And now I'm from Zaire.
Now you're from Zaire.
Yes, and in Zaire you do things this way.
Well, because I can't tell.
Could you imagine?
There you go.
You can't
Thank
tell what?
Officer showed up.
What's going on?
She's breaking glasses, and she ain't listening to me.
What
I told her
glasses?
to go.
What glasses?
Right here. You don't do that. You don't break.
Dispatch?
Yeah.
Hey, it's 291. I'm here. Okay. Why are we breaking glasses?
We're not breaking glasses. You guys fell down on the box. I came to buy 30 glasses. I told him, with this thing here,
First
it's not
one,
going to work
not the
because I
second
can't
one.
get to the car with 30 glasses. And he's like, oh, there's a clog in the thing.
Okay.
And then I walked away, and then he started saying, oh, they come in here like to hear themselves complain. I walked over and said, no, I don't like to hear myself complain because when they started to go to the mountain shop, we complained about it because we citizens who
What
pay
thing? I'm sorry.
that black ugly thing. The pole.
Oh, the pole.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they
Yeah,
started.
they
So
are
it's like
doing
you
it.
have power to do what has to be done. It depends on where you are.
All
And then
right.
he started. The glass fell.
Let's backtrack.
That's all it was.
Let's
There's
backtrack.
nothing to.
No, I just you said a lot. I wasn't here, so I
So I walked into the store.
Yeah.
I moved the came to him, I realized that I can get out of the store so if I buy food glasses. I told him I would need some. I would use it.
Because it's like a lot to carry.
Because it's a lot to carry, and with this you can't bring it out the store.
Okay.
So I give him a heads up, let him know. And someone said maybe there's a case in the back. So I asked if there's a case in the back, and he's like, no, oh, they just put the heads up. So I came back, what do you mean the heads up? I'm not just like to myself today. If there's a problem, you talk about it, you advocate for it, and then
yeah, when you deliberately smash the glass.
Sir, I have another officer coming out. If
I would
just
never
because
do
it's
that.
only me here, just give me a minute.
The glass the box. There were 3 glasses in there. The glasses from the box and stuff. Oh, you
How are you?
How you doing?
Yourself?
Good.
I'm a paying customer. Did you see that?
Yeah, the box dropped and the glasses fell out. He accused her of throwing them on the ground, and she really didn't. Because she couldn't get to the car because of the pole to carry all the glasses outside. And he was just very hostile and abusive in his speech to her, argumentative. You may do that in Zaire, but you don't do it here. You know what I mean? Sly racist
You're saying
comment.
that about
The guy that works here, the employee, yeah. Yeah, and she's just as calm and cool and collected. And he goes, you don't do it. You may do that in Zaire, but you don't do it here. And I stopped and I stayed. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. This is crazy. She was calm, cool, and collected. She was professional, but he was not.
Okay, so
You know?
are you guys related at all? You guys here together?
No, I came to buy some stuff. But when I saw what was going on, I said, let me hold up and stop. Because I don't want her to get arrested over some BS.
Yeah,
You know? And when she doesn't have a witness. And that's her daughter. He was disrespectful to her daughter as well.
Okay.
You know, and on the phone with the dispatcher, oh, they're black. There's 2 black women. Come on, dude. It's a woman with her child.
I got you.
It's ridiculous.
So you said glasses, what, like
They were in a
wine
box.
glasses or
No, they were.
Yeah, even good orange juices. Boom. I know.
Oh, wait.
No. Did you do the small ones? No. Oh, okay. Okay, do that. Hand me this. Put it up here. Put the cheesecake in there too. Down the bottom.
There should be one thing. And just put these.
And then put the you can get the crab room in here. If you sorry. Actually, this can't go in the raw meat. I'll put it over there. Whatever. You can do some of the peppers. Did you do it? Do the imitation crab. Let me finish this, please. I know. Brilliant. Actually, stop for a second. Stop a second. Stop a second. You can put it in with the poster, it's fine.
You put it with the vegetables.
Fine. Are you talking about pepper?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
You're talking about a sticker on the window. Let me see. And then you can do the broccoli. You do item with that. Why don't you just take it in? And then you find the broccoli. Broccoli and broccoli bunch. No, you have the wrong one. I said no. So this is the broccoli bunch. She bring it in.
I accidentally pressed organic. Yeah, see, it says organic. Hers right there.
Oh, shoot. Excuse me. Sorry. So we hit this. We were looking for the broccoli clouds because it's $2. We did the wrong thing again.
Hey, welcome to the channel. Thank you guys. Just made a I have about probably 4 or 5 of these videos. It was so much. I just decided to just cut them into shorter videos instead of making a 45-minute video. I'm gonna try to keep the video length in between like 10 and, I'm gonna try to keep it under 25 minutes, but try to go, we at 15 right now. Anyway, let's recap, right? You go back and recap. So
My cousin was racially
first and foremost, right? This situation here, there's always one of them where they feel justified, and like we know what this is. You're just profiling. That's why this exists. You got called out, and number two, sorry. They had a receipt. She tried to say, oh, it was voided. Yeah, it was voided by the person that initiated the contact. Okay? And then, I'm going to just be real, okay? Hold on. Where is it? I'm trying to go. Nobody, like, when I worked in retail, nobody stole furniture out of a store. It's normally things like tools and, things of that nature. Tools, most of the time, tools, food, electronics, things like that. If somebody's in IKEA, they have money to spend there. Okay? And it's unfortunate because it's a furniture, like, like 2 women aren't finna run out with furniture. It's just not a thing, at least to my knowledge, right? But you always got these people who, and then they gang up. They all crowd you. They, it's like they play for a team with false facts. You know what I'm saying? Like they play for a team with these false facts. These women did nothing. They were buying customers, okay? And then the other interesting part about this is one, she mentioned that this girl here was already following them around the store before the interaction at the cash register. Very possessive. They get very possessive over things that they don't own themselves. This is not her furniture. Even if it was being stolen, it's not your stuff. And then you got this dude who is not security coming down to insert himself into a situation that's very calm. Yes, I can, the young lady's voice was elevated, whether she's young or not. Her voice was elevated because it's frustration, and we know when y'all getting on some BS. Y'all getting on some BS. We know it. It's very frustrating. And then you try to frame it like it's not that when we know it's that. You know what I mean? So
what do you do here? I'm saying, what is your position? Because
he works in IT. Look at how comfortable he is walking up on them. He works in IT. He's not even security. But this is what they do. And when I say they, I'm talking about racist. People that, and a lot of people think that they're not racist because they probably don't verbalize racist things. But your actions and sometimes, a lot of times, your body language can prove that too. Why are you inserting yourself as an IT guy into a situation about furniture where it had nothing to do with you? He was called up here. He's in IT. He's working in the back somewhere.
Okay, well, you can be quiet. You can stop talking.
You see what I mean? Just inserting himself. You get so comfortable with just inserting yourselves into things that had nothing to do with you. That's not even your job title, sir. But here, as I said before, you know, managers of the world. This is they feel like they have to control everything. Now this here, do you think in this situation he still takes this same tone if there's a black male present with them? No, he doesn't. He'll be very passive about it and very understanding. If not, he'll wait until they leave to call the police. But he wants to get verbally aggressive. And glad she stayed calm because he wasn't. He was trying to, you know, see how he started walking up on her, putting his hand in her face, okay? And then the actions that he tried to explain that she did to the merchandise was she said she threw him down when she clearly stated, you know, I had my hands full with the box and it fell out the box. He's telling the cops before he said this racist statement that he just said that she threw him on the ground at his feet. And then he said, where did he just say that she's from? We don't do that. Hold on, wait. He accused the daughter of being a lady when she's a child, which is another threat because if you get these hothead cops that come there and want to be on a power trip and immediately take your side like most of them do, they're going to treat that young lady like an adult, an overly aggressive adult when she literally didn't do anything. She's just standing there quietly.
Maybe you do it over there in Zaire, but you don't.
You do it over here in Zaire, but he's not ready. There'll be someone that says he's not racist. He's just making an observation. What does where she's from have to do anything with some broken glass at a Dollar Tree? It has nothing to do with that. But this is what I'm saying. It just exudes out of these people's pores how racist they really are. Okay? And I'm only talking to the racists. I'm only talking about the racists. Don't think just because he's a white man that I'm just picking on white people. It's not that. I'm talking about look at how he's exaggerating the action. Okay? And you know, as you can tell, when the officer first comes in, she kind of postures up at the black woman with her hand. Watch this. It's very subtle. These are the body language things that, and she may have not been thinking that way, but watch it. Look, that doesn't look like a welcoming and understanding. She was ready. That's why her hands were dropped on both sides. She was ready to grab her wrist and put her under arrest. Just not even thinking about it. All right? Not the overly aggressive guy. All right? Check. And then once she sees that the woman's not angry and just frustrated and is, you know, talking clearly, then her hands go to her pockets because she's like, oh, okay, this is not that. Watch this. She calls in just to see where her backup is. Not that she's fearing for her safety now, but she's like, you know, this is not what it initially was framed to be. And now she's going to get comfortable right here. See that? So these are the, you know, thank you to the officer. I know they go into a lot of fight or flight when they got to handle these situations. But thankfully, she was clear-headed and understanding enough to give this woman a chance to explain her position. Right? I'm going to just, you know, speed through that. All right? This one here is casual stuff we deal with all the time at these Wegman stores. Now, this one right here, the amount of gaslighting from this woman in the store was based off of other people's perception, even though she did nothing wrong.
I had other people still come up to me after I talked to you.
So if someone comes up to you saying someone is doing something and you check it out for yourself and see they're not doing what you said, what was told to you, why can't you just leave that person alone? Obviously, those people that told you that have biases. How she, and I'm not saying I like as in I really like it. I'm saying I like as in I'm calling it out. How she's, you know, comfortable with providing safety for those other people who clearly lied about what they were saying, but is ousting and making this woman feel embarrassed about doing nothing to them. Body from the store because the other customers, whom let's just say they probably weren't black, felt threatened because of the black person, the black woman. Engaged this woman into an awkward situation where she's actually being extremely calm and wanting a clear direction on what went wrong, how it went wrong, and what did she do wrong, and she can't say it because she did nothing wrong. Wait.
I'm confused on how I'm a threat, so I just would like that explained.
That K was, I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna try to say something. I don't like that. People can anonymously report you, and then you have to deal with a confrontation with, as she is, the store manager, Loveland. I don't know where the hell, you know, store manager Aaron from Loveland. You have to deal with a confrontation now because anonymous people were able to report you, but yet they get to go on scot-free. She should have the right to address her accusers.
My associate.
I'm pretty sure there's a camera in there.
Right.
You can see who thought
I don't have a camera right there.
You don't have a camera right there. Oh, that's a coinky dink.
Anyway, if you
would
want
you
to
mind
shop,
if I posted this on the internet?
yes, of course.
Cause she keep looking over to the right to get verification from someone, so she doesn't even know what she's doing.
Why would you mind?
She doesn't know how to handle this situation. Look, she put herself in this situation, and now she's trying to make it as if the black woman is being difficult. She's trying to ration, you know, being an ass. Like she knows she's wrong, and this is what we talk about with the racism here. You could have easily just said, hey, the customer said this, I didn't see that, my apologies, I just wanted to inform you, da-da-da-da. She's taking the side of the people accusing her.
Okay, I am not threatened by you.
See? Look at the body language, the hand clapping.
That we had customers telling our sales associate, they were saying, don't go over there.
And deep down, honestly, she knows the black woman isn't wrong. That's why she's trying to whisper about it, to make it seem as if people are viewing this from a window in the store, that she's actually handling it when that's why she's that calm about it. That's why she's that calm. Wait. I'm gonna pause it there. Commentary done went a little past what I wanted it to. Let me know what y'all think about this. It speaks for itself at this point. Again, this is not a channel where you're gonna come and plant. You're not gonna plant your fragility, nationalism, or racism here. This is not the channel. All right. I do want to know what people think, but also be respectful and don't be condescending as well. I see right through it. Like, comment, share. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.